My favorite show growing up was Codename Kids Next Door. If you don't know what that is, you should Google it and watch it because it was such a fun show. So there was a potential trailer for a new series called Galactic Kids Next Door, which tied into the events of the original series. So if that happens, I will be first in line to watch it. Now it gets me thinking, if by some weird turn of events I end up being asked, how would I reboot it? Here's what I would do. So I would start with Sector V getting decommissioned, which they feel is unfair. As number 5 is Supreme Leader and all the other KND go on to do really cool things, a lot of them would feel, hey, we want to continue going on. We don't want to be decommissioned. We're good at what we do. Plus, we like it here. Whereas the younger generation of kids feels, no, you're 13, you're teenagers. We don't want you here. We do things better. So they would escape their decommissionings. Obviously, number 5 would lead a prison riot to escape, which she would do very, very well. That'd be so much fun. And overall, throughout the series, you'd get a clash with Sector V trying to come back, picking up some other decommissioned people along the way, potentially teaming up with their villains, maybe having to fight a villain as well as the new generation coming in a Mexican standoff. Wouldn't that be interesting? But can't talk. But throughout the whole series, coming to grips with the fact that they do have to grow up eventually, but realizing, what do you have to hold on to? What do you give up in order to stay sane but also stay true to who you are? It would be a really interesting look at growing up doesn't have to mean giving up the things you liked as a child, but it does mean you have to leave some things behind. I think that could be really interesting to see how all the characters react to it, especially number 1, who is such a leader and who had so much passion for the organization, and number 5, who had this fear of growing up, which was hinted at several times in the show. It could be very interesting to expand on some of that more. Maybe number 4 becomes more excited to grow up and he teams up with the Delightful Children, if they're alive. I'm not sure if they survived that fall at the very end. But I think that would be a very interesting look at a cool series.